Good morning. Nobody cares, but this is a week 24 update, I believe, of health, fitness, and all that fun stuff. So let's start off with the weigh in. So, weighed in this morning. I'm sitting at about 215, so fluctuation hasn't been very much. Um, this was a rough week, though. I did get 2 days in at the gym, but then I also had 2 days of dental appointments. So I'm in a lot of pain right. Well, okay, I'm not in a lot of pain right now because I'm taking my ibuprofen like I'm supposed to. Um, but I finally got my root canal done. Well, one root canal done. Got fitted for a temporary crown on that one. And then on the other side of my mouth, which is the one that hurts right now, I had to have an extraction done. And it was a little bit of a pain in the face, if it was, or as it were. It was not an easy extraction. There was a lot of breaking and pulling and drilling and whatnot, but we got it out. Didn't bleed a whole lot afterwards, so that's good. They got it packed in pretty good with collagen and then stitched up. But that's where I am. That was when, and full deep cleaning on my mouth. So I did 2 days at Wednesday afternoon at the dentist, and then Thursday I was there from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. I was there all damn day. But I was smart though. I went ahead and while they were on lunch between 12 and 1, I went ahead and took some ibuprofen preemptively. Oh, it hurts to smile. Preemptively before the Novocaine started wearing off too much where the root canal was. I was able to eat some food last night. I didn't have to drink my dinner. So that's a good benefit. That's a benefit. I mean, it was soup dumplings. So it wasn't like it was a lot of crunchy, chunky stuff. So still avoiding hard foods like that. So no fried chicken, no um, tacos, no tortilla chips. So yeah, soft stuff like that. But that being said, um, my kid is gone for the next week out of town with his grandparents. And so I plan to get back in the gym as much as possible over the next week. Um, I may end up going fishing today. I don't know. We'll see. But I got some other stuff to take care of. Got some things to organize for my business today. Got some money that's got to get spent. But aside from that, health and fitness wise, I still have failed to take my meds since I got back from being out of town. So I really need to start kicking that back in. It's hard because I don't have a routine here the way I would. Or the way I did when I was in, or when I was out of town. I was in Corpus, but while I was down there, so it's harder, because I get up at different times each day because some days I work from home, some days I don't. I've got my kid, I've got the cats, I've got everything else going on, so it's hard to build a routine and go from there. That being said, I need to start taking those again. I have started taking some vitamins that are supposed to help with cortisol regulation as well. Um, Done some more research on that, just trying to see different things that could potentially help. So the big thing is I've been taking these for less than a week. Um, I expect, let's see, this is week 24 update. So I expect to see some sort of results by or something, a noticeable difference in something by week 28. So that would be 4 weeks taking them. Oh God, this finger is so tender. 4 weeks taking them. But one thing with cortisol, if you're not familiar or don't know, is cortisol builds up in the body, especially under situations of stress. And one thing it can do is latch on to, and don't shoot me on technological or medical terminology because I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't have a degree. I didn't go to school for that, and I'm gonna say things a little strange. But cortisol causes fat to want to stay. It is a stress. It's part of the stress hormones, and it will make it a lot harder to remove fat from areas that store it. Belly fat specifically, because that's one of your main areas where you're going to store that fat originally or initially. And in times of stress, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's work related, home related, perimenopause, just life, and especially I'm in my 40s, right? So stress, I have quite a lot of it all over the place. So just getting something like that. One of the big things that helps with cortisol, along as well as something a good supplement anyway, is ashwagandha. Um, so that's one of the big things on here. The particular ones I'm taking have a lot of the supplements that are supposed to be good for helping manage cortisol. I won't say cortisol blockers. It's not a cortisol blocker. You don't necessarily want to block cortisol, but something that will help with the production and with the minimization, which will also help release some of that fat because it won't be holding on to it anymore. I made sure it had the majority of those. One thing it doesn't have is omega fish oil. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I will not be buying a separate fish oil supplement because those things are rancid. Okay, that's all I got to say on that piece. Either way, I've had multiple people recently comment that it looks like I've been losing weight. And I know that while my weight has stayed in that same little plateau area between that 215 and like 208 to 210, somewhere in that area, the difference is I'm also toning up. So you can kind of see it a little bit more. I'm in a close-up. It's hard to tell shit. But other people are noticing. People are making comments. So I'm not upset with that. I would like to be in a better position weight-wise. I'd really like to be at 200 or below. So I'm just going to keep working on it. I'm not going to kill myself for it. I'm not going to calorie deficit, I'm not going to sit here and put myself into a constant calorie deficit because that also helps cortisone build up, among other things. It's not sustainable. So what happens is you do a calorie deficit, you lose some weight, you're like, yay. And then as soon as you stop doing the calorie deficit, that weight's coming right back. So, I'm not in a position where I can maintain that. I'm not going to try. But this has been long enough. So that is the update so far. Weight is staying steady in that plateau area. Numbers are changing a little bit here and there. Things are shaping where they need to shape. I've started some new supplements for cortisol. I'm still taking the DHT gummies too, just because in general my hair feels great. But yeah, that's where we are. So until next time, bye.